Welcome to my channel Dinar Community, your source for breaking updates on IQD, VND, and ZWL developments. A monumental shift is underway in the Middle East, one that has the potential to reshape Iraq's economic future and ripple through currency markets worldwide. After years of whispers, speculation, and unofficial claims, the confirmation is finally here. The Iraqi Gazette, the country's official legal record, has released a detailed framework for the revaluation and exchange of the Iraqi Dinar (IQD). This isn't another rumor or unverified leak. It's the first official, fully published government document spelling out, step by step, how Iraq will handle its currency reform. Many in the financial community are calling this the start of a new chapter for the dinar, and possibly one of the most significant events in Iraq's modern economic history. For decades, IQD holders, alongside investors in the Vietnamese dong (VND) and Zimbabwean dollar (ZWL), have waited for the day when speculation would turn into law-backed reality. That day has now arrived. This publication isn't just a dry technical release from the Central Bank of Iraq (CBI), it's a clear signal that Iraq is asserting full monetary independence, aiming to align the dinar's domestic value with the international market, and potentially surpass expectations. But with opportunity comes responsibility. The critical question is, are you ready to act when this framework becomes operational? A definitive break from the past. The July 2025 edition of the Iraqi Gazette is more than a policy notice, it's a watershed moment. It lays out the country's first official, legally binding exchange protocol for the dinar since the currency was reissued after 2003. Instead of vague references to currency reform, this decree includes concrete measures like eliminating the dual rate system, ensuring that the dinar's value is consistent both inside Iraq and on the global Forex market. It also references priority exchange access for verified holders, potentially rewarding those who acquired and stored IQD through authorized channels. Perhaps most importantly, it affirms Iraq's full control over its currency valuation, signaling the CBI will set its own rates without outside interference. Tiered exchanges and secure verification. The protocol introduces a tiered redemption system. 1. Iraqi citizens will be served first. 2. Expatriates will follow. 3. International holders will have their own designated windows. To ensure security and reduce fraud, exchanges will require biometric verification through approved financial institutions. The Gazette also details how older 3-0 notes will be redeemed in phases under a government-backed, fixed compensation plan. This transforms the IQD from a speculative paper asset into an actively managed and internationally recognized financial instrument. For Americans who bought dinar after 2003, this publication is the strongest official confirmation yet that their patience could pay off. Analysts in Washington, New York, and Los Angeles say this is the start of an actual exchange event, not just talk. Reports indicate major banks, including Chase, Wells Fargo, and HSBC, are preparing for potential role as official exchange partners. Tier 4B holders, pre-screened private holders, may be offered contract rates above standard market value if they schedule appointments within a tight 72-hour priority window. Preparation steps for holders. Those expecting to exchange should immediately organize all purchase receipts and serial numbers. Ensure KYC documents, ID, proof of address, bank info are current. Understand potential tax obligations, including possible FATCA reporting for large foreign currency exchanges. Acting before the exchange window opens will help avoid costly delays. Why this moment is different. For years, the dinar was sidelined on the edge of global finance, rarely traded, poorly understood, and often dismissed as illiquid. That began to change in 2024, as Iraq strengthened its foreign reserves, expanded oil-backed trade agreements, streamlined ISX market operations. The Gazette release confirms what insiders suspected. The CBI has been strategically positioning the dinar for global acceptance. Reports from Forex desks in Europe, the Gulf, and Asia reveal silent rate testing, where restricted systems briefly displayed rates from 3.91 to 7.68. Several major banks have confirmed these trial figures are stored in their internal systems, awaiting activation. Iraq's debt forgiveness agreements with the Paris Club and its 130-plus tons of gold reserves further support this revaluation, making the IQD an oil and gold-backed digital currency for the first time in modern history. Vietnam's next move. Vietnam's currency strategy has been mirroring Iraq's. Over the past year, the State Bank of Vietnam has increased gold reserves, tested blockchain-based tokens, conducted direct trade settlements in Dong with BRICS Plus partners. The IMF recently declared the VND strategically undervalued, given Vietnam's strong exports, growing FDI, and stable banking sector. U.S. banks like Citibank and HSBC are reportedly training staff for VND exchanges, a sign regulatory approval could be coming. Analysts speculate the dong could revalue to 48 cents minus $1.25. If Iraq's rollout succeeds, Vietnam may initiate its own exchange process within 60 to 90 days. The Zimbabwe factor. Zimbabwe's currency remains the most unpredictable. However, its new gold-backed currency, the Zimbabwe Gold (ZiG), aims to restore credibility. The government has hinted that non-citizen holders of the historic 100 trillion Zimbabwe dollars notes could redeem them under asset-backed treaties, possibly at rates from 3 cents to 11 cents per note, depending on documentation. If Iraq and Vietnam proceed successfully, Zimbabwe could gain the momentum needed to follow suit, though regional politics and African monetary union policies will be critical factors. Expert views. Michael Dinar, former U.S. Treasury advisor, notes, once a government publishes exchange protocols in its legal gazette, the speculation ends. Iraq is now a fully sovereign monetary actor. Banks will pay attention. Dr. Nahala al-Zubeidi, Baghdad-based economist, emphasizes, this marks the end of Iraq's dual-rate system. One transparent value will now govern both domestic and global exchanges. Henry Wu, an international banking compliance consultant, adds, the U.S. Treasury still needs to approve the redemption pipeline, but the framework is in place. This is no longer hypothetical. The rollout timeline, according to internal banking sources, July 2 to 22, 2025 major banks complete software integration to verify notes and calculate redemption values. July 26 to 28 internal Forex systems load activation rates for appointment-based exchanges. July 29 Tier 4B holders can begin booking exchange appointments. August 1 to 15 redemption centers open in phases for biometric verification and rate selection. August 15 onward, IMF conducts compliance audit for global integration. Missing these windows could mean losing access to premium rates. Final word for holders. This is no longer a waiting game, it's an execution game. Have your documentation ready, understand contract rate conditions, and seek professional tax guidance. For IQD, VND, and ZWL holders, the dominoes are in motion, and Iraq has taken the lead. The Tier 4B appointment window is approaching fast, and those who fail to prepare risk missing the opportunity of a lifetime. Like and subscribe for more videos.